So for those that don't know, it's Boss International Zone. You're watching Barber World TV. I'm here in Sosúa, Dominican Republic. I'm with Greg from Flip Flop Sports Bar. I ate here. I enjoyed my meal. Finally got a chance to sit down with the brother and talk. So some people might not know where you from, brother.
I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York.
All right. I see sometimes when you on your live, you want to be distinctly clear that you're from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Why so distinct?
Because not a lot of us get out of there. So we let it be known that's where we're from. You know?
And there's a lot of legendary cats from Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Facts. That's why you got to say the whole thing.
Yeah, let you know where I'm from.
Exactly.
How long have you been coming to the Dominican Republic?
This year made 12 years I've been coming here, and I'm living here a little over 8 years now.
A little over 8 years. Okay. So from you coming, so that's a 4-year gap between visiting and then deciding to stay. What was it that made you decide, hey, I want to stay here in the Dominican Republic?
I had no plans. I've been freestyling this whole thing the whole time. Right? But if you look at my story, that's everything I've done. I've lived all over down the East Coast. I kind of just get up and go. If I knew I was going to live here, I would have done a lot of things differently, you know, but I didn't know I was going to live here. It just ended up happening. And when I say 8 years, that first 2.5 years, I was kind of back and forth. I really wasn't sure I was just doing long term. And then I ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to stay.
Right. Yeah. So I saw also on some of your YouTube channel, if y'all don't know, check out his YouTube channel, Mr. Flip Flop.
Mr. Flip Flop.
Mr. Flip Flop on YouTube. You mentioned that you had some other businesses in New York.
Yes.
So you said you had a gym.
I had a personal training company. And I was partners in the gym.
Partners in the gym. So you have always had the entrepreneurial spirit.
My entire life.
Sometimes we born with it, you know what I'm saying? So how did you, when you decided to stay here, because your story is different than others. Some of the guys down here have retired down here, so they work their whole life. They're here on their pension or Social Security or you know, some type of retirement fund. You seem like kind of young guy, definitely not the retiring age. So you coming down here, you had to figure out how you were going to sustain your stay here. And so tell me, how did you get into business here?
Well, the business thing came, as I said, I freestyled a lot of this, but I'll tell you how things fall into place. So I was in corporate America for a little while, making 6 figures. At the time, I was the vice president, and the president was a year older than me. So my mind is,
what type of business?
It was a mobile diagnostic company.
Mobile
diagnostic.
Okay, mobile diagnostic.
Nursing homes, do X-rays, EKGs.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So at the time, I don't see no more growth beyond that, which was a great company, but I saw no more growth. So I was already started doing my personal training. And I said, I'm gonna do personal training. Well, at the time I was just training, learning the game, you know. And then I decided, well, I'm gonna start a training company. So now I go from 6 figures to no figures because I just said, I believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, my company did really well. A lot of networking connections I've made throughout my lifetime, I was able to just plug myself in with different people. So I turned 6 figures to no figures to just basically under 6 figures in less than a year. You know what I'm saying? Then it kept growing and growing, which allowed me to come here so much. I was coming here like maybe once a month, twice a month.
You had money rolling there.
It was just coming.
Right.
But then I went from that to saying I just wanted to change. And I didn't plan on doing business here. The way things started was I started doing parties. I was known for the parties for many years here, did a lot of events, Dominican artists, all types of stuff. That kind of led to business opportunities. When people saw the crowds I attracted, they were like, well, we need to talk to that guy. I did different businesses with different people, then kind of said, you know what, it's time for me to do my own thing. You know, when you realize your value, when everybody's reaching out to you, and you're trying to figure out, why does everybody want me? Well, they want you because of what you can bring to the table. You know, I would have never done this 8 years ago, but it came in the right amount of time, and it just worked.
So you think that had a lot to do with your New York hustle?
It's 100% because I don't plan a lot of stuff in life. I feel when we plan things, we mess up. When it comes to business, I'm a planner. Now, my first business in Puerto Plata was a small disco. I overpaid for the location because I knew what I could do with it. And I went above and beyond what I thought I could do with it, based on my drive and what I figured. The vision I had for that location, it went above and beyond what my vision. You know, actually succeeded way faster than I thought it would. This location, I knew what I was capable of doing with it, but it super exceeded my expectations. Like when I say super exceeded, in the period of time, this place blew up in less than a year. You know what I'm saying? Because we blew up with it. My vision was to make it the best place to be, the go-to spot, you know, and it became that.
And you got great location.
Well, honestly, it is a great location, but all the businesses prior to here closed. There may have been 6 businesses that closed.
Yeah, there's still plenty empty businesses back there.
Any bar was here before. There was another restaurant here before. They all closed up. So, you know.
How long have you been here?
October will be 3 years.
3 years. 3 years. And do you think the success of maybe, because I discovered you by just researching Dominican Republic, Sosúa, and I started seeing your vlogs, and it was interesting because you were mostly at that time just telling stories, you know, and it was captivating. You know, I listened to the whole story, especially the one about your relationships and stuff. You know, I found a lot of humor in that and similarity. Could relate to it, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed genuine. You know what I'm saying? You were definitely genuine about the stories and what was going on in your life.
My real stuff going on.
Right. So that kind of brought me to you, and then from there I discovered that you had the restaurant. And you were like the second person that I started following. I think it was first Tailor Made, and then it was you. And now there are a few more going, and so on and so forth. Tell me, what has been your challenges doing business here in the Dominican Republic?
Biggest challenges is like inventory. You know, that's probably my biggest stress is inventory. With the chain of supply messed up because of the situation, I've literally got to send people all over the country to pick up stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? The wings, I'm the wing guy. I've had to do barters and make deals and behind the door deals and all that. And if you go, like there'll be times where there's no wings anyway, but I'll have them because I had to make deals with people to get it over here.
Right.
You know, just stuff like that. President running out of beer, like that's weird to me, but they don't have my full order. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it's inventory because now if you show up, if President shows up today, which they already do, and they don't have half my order, I've got to scramble and go to other places to get the rest of the order. You know what I'm saying?
Might have to overpay for it too.
Yeah, but sometimes you do. You know? So stuff like that, and then just dealing on a customer service basis. I'm really big on customer service. Just making sure everybody, you can't please everybody, but you try.
So did you have to like retrain them? Because I noticed there's a difference in the service level here and the way business is done here. You know, sometimes I notice like people are just looking, instead of making relationships, they're looking to make one deal. And I think that's where they miss the mark down here sometimes.
For me, it's my system. I created a system based on my ex-wife. She was in the service industry when I met her. And I created a system based off American service. You know, and it works. And the reality is, like you said, service here is awful, but it's not going to be awful here. You know, that was my biggest focus because I can tell you right now, if the food ain't good that day, or the beer was hot, or the service was awesome, you'll give us another chance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the service sucked and everything else was bad, you ain't coming back. Yeah. So I always feel we win more with service than anything, and we can keep everything in line, then we'll win all the way.
That's definitely true. And what has been your challenges as far as on the legal side, basically maybe the government, the mayor, setting up a business here in the deal?
Just gotta have your paperwork straight. I mean, I'll tell you honestly, for my taxes and for all my paperwork that nobody can bother me, it probably cost me an extra $1,000 a month. But I'm in a position where no one can come to me and say anything to me. No one can walk up and ask for money, no one can do anything.
Right. At what point of you being down here did maybe you go from normal service, from going from getting gringo to getting treated somewhat like a local?
I had to learn it. Experience. It was one of them things where you see the different aspects, how they approach us, how they approach each other. So what I started doing was, if I wanted to get an apartment, I wanted to buy something, I would send it to Dominican first. Now once I got the correct price, now I'm going in to negotiate. But see, they can't throw the extra dollar on top of it because I already know the price. So when I start walking in now, it's the price right here. It's 20,000 pesos. Okay, I'm gonna give you 18,000 pesos. Right. But they would have told me 24. and then talk me down to 20.
Yes.
So now, once I started learning that, I realized, listen, especially if paying cash. By paying cash, we're cutting the prices
Right.
as much as we can possibly go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you had to really learn how to negotiate here, and a sale means everything to a salesman. So he's trying to make that sale.
Right.
So he's gonna do whatever he can to keep you. Still trying to make his commission, but keep you there.
Yeah, he don't want you to walk out the door.
Exactly. So once I learned the value of that, I realized that I can negotiate and I got it.
Tell me a little bit about your other ventures. Like I know you have Paradise Life.
Paradise Life.
Tell us about that.
Basically a travel group. It started about, actually started Paradise Life about 8 years ago. It was a Facebook page. Just talking to guys, a little small group, introducing them to friends of mine, stuff like that. And then we started traveling around, and I was bringing guys places, you know, most people don't go. I like to go out and about.
Right.
So then I was like, you know what, we're gonna bring it back and call it Paradise Life again, and just now we're in a venture group where we just go travel, events, parties, but really just going to places people don't go. Just a small example, I do Malecon Sundays or Miami Sundays. 90% of the people never been to Puerto Rico. I had TaylorMade out there, TaylorMade Bo Ricks was out there one time. We about 30 dudes. 25 have never been to the mountain.
Yeah, I haven't been.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just bringing, we go to the campo, we take gas bananas, just show different stuff.
Right.
And it's a way for guys to expand their horizon. Sosúa's great, but there's more to see.
No question, no question. You have an event coming up for Halloween?
Halloween, yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, Halloween weekend is going to be the Paradise Life event. We're doing ATVs, first day, on I believe the 29th. No, I'm sorry, 30th. That Saturday the 31st, which is actually Halloween, we'll be the yacht event. And then on the November 1st, which is Sunday, here we're going to have an investment symposium for guys who want to learn how to invest money and so forth, have some business speaking. And then we're going to have a mansion party later on that evening.
That sounds good.
So it's gonna be a dope weekend.
I don't know if I'll be here, but if I am, I'll definitely
Man, if you've
attend.
never been to one of my events, man, there's not a lot of footage of my events because they get so crazy.
Of course, of course.
It'll be fun.
Definitely. Tell us how you've, I guess, helped brothers coming down here for the first time, because I know brothers probably definitely falling in some pit holes coming down here for the first time, dealing with the ladies and the situations that go on.
Basically just explaining the ins and outs and the outs and ins. I mean, a lot of things I can't say on YouTube, you know, that we can talk in person about, and breaking things down a little bit more than what I can say online. Because there are a lot of guys that are naive to certain situations. And no matter how many times we get online and we tell them certain things, it doesn't matter. It goes in one ear, out the other. That is what it is. But just trying to help them avoid those pitfalls. You know what I'm saying? Avoid drama if you can. Now, I've gone out sometimes, like, you know, I go out sometimes with some newbies or whatever, and I'll tell them, slow down. You know what I'm saying? It's not always rush.
Right.
But yeah, just I'm trying to help people out. I mean, I try to help whatever I can. Can't help everybody, but I do my best.
Right. Tell them about your channel. You got two things that you stick with: Simp Talk and Sunday Service.
Sunday Service, yeah.
What inspired those two segments on
Actually,
the show?
Paradise Life inspired Sunday Service because they kept saying every time I went on, it was like I was preaching. Sunday Service really is, we talk about anything, okay? A lot of motivational talk about current events, stuff like that. Simp Talk ended up being, it was Red Cup Chronicles first. They changed it to Simp Talk. I listen to my guys, you know what I'm saying? So then we go, Simp Talk just is about what's going on, but also just, you know, getting guys' heads out their ass to make sure they understand, hey, pay attention, this is what's really going on. You know? Trying to help without saying too much, if you understand what I'm saying. And it turns into some fun as well, you know what I'm saying? But Paradise Life kind of really started, it's actually the title of the joint.
Right. Tell the guys maybe 3 things, suggestions, maybe where to stay, maybe where to party, and maybe how long to stay.
Where to stay? I always say villas are the best for privacy.
And when you say that, you mean like Casa Linda,
Española,
Española?
only for the privacy aspect. A lot of guys want to just get wild and be private. Where to party? There's a couple party spots, but you know we have a curfew now, so really can't go out like that. And what was the last question? How long to stay?
How long should they stay?
I think a 5-day trip is always good. My first trip was 8 days, and I won't lie. Even though I had a ball my first trip, by day 6 I was bored. Because it was the same thing. But I say 5 days is always a good trip. When I started staying months at a time, now my trip changed. It was no longer a vacation, it was more like a staycation, and I moved differently. You know what I'm saying?
What keeps you, because I'm going to be here for the whole month, right? So I have to find things to do because I can't do the same thing every day.
Gotcha.
You living here, you living here, what keeps you motivated? Because I know you pass the distractions, the basic distractions. So you got the sun, you got the beach, you know, what else keeps you motivated getting up every day? In this pretty much like small town, you know, it's just like a couple blocks radius of what goes on.
The reality, the love I receive, the help, and me helping people, I enjoy helping other people. But motivation is probably more so just the love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that I'm here sitting right here, you see me talking to a million people. I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of more motivating for me. And then listen to somebody tell me, hey, I came to New York because of you. You know what I'm saying? That definitely motivates me.
Yeah,
you know
I could imagine.
And just, you know, keeping this place going, keeping it up, keeping it moving.
Right.
You feel me? That's a big deal for me. I want to make this place, if we're not the best, I'm trying to be the best. You know what I'm saying?
Last question. What do you see the future of Sosúa being? Because there's been a lot of things going on, potential a lot of changes going on. So do you have any insight and what do you think is going to be the future once we get past this pandemic?
I can only give you my opinion. And this is based off the things that have happened prior to the pandemic. In my honest opinion, I believe Sosúa is going to go back, not to its old heyday, but something close to it. But it's going to be more controlled, if you know what I mean. It's going to be more party town as it used to be, but a little bit more under control. We're going to party down there, we're going to party down here, you know what I'm saying? But I believe it's going to go back to its heyday. I feel it's pretty much close now, except the curfew. There's no clubs right now, you know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. I believe things will go back, when everything's sort of go back to normalcy, I guess. I see Sosúa being something like this heyday, honestly. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see things moving in this exact moment. That's the way I see things
Optimistic
going.
about it.
Yeah.
Let people know how they can contact you if they'd like to contact you.
You can hit me up on seniorflipflop1@gmail.
Spell it out.
SENORFLIP, I almost messed up, FLOP1@gmail.com. And it's on my YouTube channel.
Thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you.
New York in the building.
You already know.